Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. My name is Anthony Thornton. So I am coming to you with my business partner, Chase Lynch. You're going to meet him in a second. And today what we want to talk to you about is we heard about all the news with NAR. Everybody's in an uproar and a panic about how am I going to get my buyers to pay me my commissions, or how can I earn more money and take a stack of money like this, maybe from your loan officers, and start to put the money back in your pocket. So we're going to get right into that. So here's a question to you that's right on the screen. It says, who else wants to earn 50% to over 300% more money right now in this economy. If that's you, go ahead and give me a 2 in the chat and say, definitely, that is me, Anthony. I definitely want to get that done. So just a little bit about myself here, and I'm going to bring Chase in a second. So let me make sure I got Chase unmuted so he can kind of join in with me in a second. My name is Anthony Thornton, and as you see here on the screen, I'm originally from Los Angeles, California. I live in the metro Atlanta area, been here since 1999. I am a 3-time #1 best-selling author for the books that you see on this screen and you see behind me. I speak all over the world to real estate people, mortgage professionals, and I have teams all across the globe. Been involved in over 4,100 transactions, and I run one of the largest mortgage teams in North America. I do have a formal education. It's an undergrad in finance. I also have an MBA, and I have what's called a Six Sigma Master Black Belt from Villanova University. That's basically where I just come into your organization. I look at your systems and processes and see how you do business, and I give you more efficient way to do business. And I'm an Air Force veteran. I served in Desert Storm. I was an air traffic controller. I was a guy in the tower making sure no planes crashed into each other. And I am a father of 4. We own a foundation called Giving Kids a Future Foundation. So let me introduce you to Chase. Chase is my business partner here. This is a good looking guy. Look how good looking this guy is. Now, Chase, he specializes in helping realtors and mortgage professionals turn their annual income into their monthly income in less than 6 months. And he's also a chief financial officer for a multi-million-dollar national real estate brokerage. And he's also a national mortgage lender running another multi-million-dollar team with teams all over the country as well. And his team consistently closes over 2,000 transactions. We've been business partners for about 5 years now. And Chase, are you here? Do I have you unmuted?
Good morning, Anthony. Man, that sounds a lot better than what I do, but I appreciate that.
Yeah, so just say good morning to everybody real quick, Chase, and then we'll just dive right into our meeting.
Good morning, good morning.
Awesome. All right, so why are we even having this quick meeting this morning? We want to help agents, Chase and I, earn $4,000 to over $8,000 a month next month, starting in the next 30 days. And we want to show you how you can turn your annual income into monthly income. Like, we've been doing this for years for real estate agents. And all of a sudden we were talking about, 4 or 5 months ago, Chase, and we're like, okay, well, we see all this stuff coming up with NAR and what's happening in the market. Is there a way for us to help real estate agents earn more money outside of the commissions that they're getting on a real estate transaction? Like, maybe get some of this money, take it out of their loan officer's pocket and put it back in their bank account where it could do the most good. Is that about right, Chase?
That's a fair statement. I like it.
Awesome. We want to help you also create a recession-proof business, and we have the #1 KW team leader in the world, Robert Lucido, here today with us. He's going to share with you what he and his global worldwide team are doing to earn additional incomes outside of closing. He does over $1 billion, I did say billion, $1 billion in production every single year all across the globe. When some real estate agents are having a tough time right now, he wanted to come on here and bring some value and share some money-making moves that he's doing in the marketplace as well. So again, your pad and a piece of paper out, because this is going to be awesome. All right, so let's talk about what you already know. What's the current market conditions right now? Like, real estate agents, I meet with thousands of real estate agents, Chase and I, every year. And I know, Chase, you just got back from doing a national meeting, the first meeting ever in Michigan, last week. Didn't that happen?
Yes, we sure did. And it was pretty cool, Anthony. So Matt Ishbia, if you guys don't know who that guy is, he owns the Phoenix Suns, and he also owns the #1 mortgage company in the US. And he made it a special interest to spend a lot of time with us. And we weren't talking about mortgages, believe it or not, Anthony. We were talking about why in the world he traded for Kevin Durant. And that was the central theme we spent on.
Oh, wow. Yeah. So real estate people right now, like NAR says 20% of realtors are getting out of the business. Like 600,000 realtors are 30%, 600,000 realtors are getting out of the real estate business. And I guess what they're going to do is go back to corporate America, sit in an office with four walls around them. They have somebody letting them know when they can take time off versus just being able to go right to the airport right now and go on vacation because they don't have enough income to keep sustaining their business. So we just believe this, Chase and I, we believe this. You deserve every single dollar available to you. If you believe that you deserve every single dollar available to you, real estate agents, go ahead and type in the chat, yes, 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 I deserve every single dollar that's coming to me, because we want to make sure we give it to you. So what's happening right now? Real estate commissions are declining. They've been declining for years. Like, this isn't new news to Chase and I. Like, we've been tracking this for probably over a decade now on how we can help real estate agents earn commissions that really exceed 3.5% or better on the buy side, and up to 7.5% or more on the sell side. Like, I grew up in this business. My mom was a real estate agent for over 40 years when I grew up in Los Angeles, California. So my heart is so big for realtors because guess what? It put food on my table. So realtor commissions have gone from what, 3% to 2%. We've been seeing that over the last 4 or 5 years. And now NAR is saying, listen, they don't have to pay you anything. A listing agent can pay you 0%. And agents are like, well, how am I going to earn money when my buyers sometimes can barely come up with a down payment, right? And then you go to your loan officer and you're steadily giving deals to your loan officers. But this is what I know. Like, when I was in the real estate business and I was giving loan officers deals, like, they never gave me a deal back. Like, I never got any, it wasn't reciprocal business. It was a one-way relationship. And have you guys ever heard of a loan officer say this? Look on the screen. I wish I could pay you a referral fee, but RESPA doesn't allow it. Like, okay, like we know what RESPA violations are, and we know all about RESPA, but this is what I know being an entrepreneur my whole life. There's all kinds of ways to do things to stay in compliance with RESPA to compensate real estate agents for deals that they send us. And we've been doing it for years, like putting $50,000, $60,000, $100,000 or more. And then when you hear from Robert today, oh my God, maybe we're talking about a 7-figure income that can go right back into your real estate business starting in the next 30 days. So I just go like this when I hear loan officers say it. I go blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm so tired of hearing what can't be done. And here's a question to you guys. Are you frustrated with loan officers who constantly take business from you and they don't give you anything back? They promise to help you, but make more money. But here comes a story, right? A story. And I tell people, listen, don't tell me a story. Like, I'm a business professional. Like, real estate agents are out here busting their butt every single day trying to convince buyers and sellers to do business with them. It's a highly competitive marketplace. And I need a real lending partner to work with that's going to allow me to have other additional income coming in that can be unlimited as well. So what normally happens with real estate agents when I talk to them all across the country is they say, well, Anthony, like, really, I feel undervalued. Like, I'm in a one-way partnership. Like, there's no equal value on both sides. And we know in real relationships, like if you're married or something like that, and there's only one person that's being valued in the relationship, it ends 61% of the time in a divorce, right? So I'm not telling you to divorce your loan officer. What I'm telling you is I want you to know today, your problem's solved. All of your problems are solved right now. And we specialize, Chase and I, in helping agents 2x to 5x your income. Earn money from all the referrals that you send from a purchase on a purchase deal or a refinance deal in 48 states, right? You don't have to be licensed in California if you want to get paid off a referral in California. Get login access to loan info. Because here's one of the biggest complaints from real estate agents when they do business with mortgage professionals. I don't know what's going on with my loan. So what if you had login access, like you had a user ID and password, you could log into the same system that the loan officer who you referred the business to can see, and you know exactly what's happening in the loan process. You don't have to believe a story. You can just log in and look for yourself, and then you can continue to refer and get paid every single solitary day. So Chase, chime in here, Chase. Like we've been doing this for years, helping real estate agents be successful, and kind of give it, maybe you can tell what you've been hearing the last 30 days or more from real estate agents right here.
Yeah, absolutely, Anthony. And I would say right now there's a lot of skepticism of what the future is going to look like. And what we want to really deliver on today is, okay, there are solutions out there. The only reason that you're really struggling or going through what you are today is you just haven't been connected to the right people or solution or system to your problem. So today we really want to dive deep into like, hey, there are agents out there, yes, in a hard market that are doing better than ever. And the reason they're able to achieve that level of success is they just got connected to the right system that's empowering them to get an extra income stream, more consistency with their closings, and obviously getting paid no matter what NAR does and how you guys get paid as a buyer's agent. We just want to dive into that, and there's a solution to that. We're just going to demonstrate that over the next half hour, and then that way you guys can navigate the new market and dominate together.
Yep, for sure. So how about this? What if you could earn a minimum of an extra $1,875 at closing? Like, just think about how many deals that you closed in the last 12 months or 24 months or 36 months or however long you've been in business. Imagine if you could earn an extra $2,000, up to $50,000 or more in income off every single closing. Off every single closing. So people say, well, Anthony, yeah, this sounds great. If it type in the chat, if this sounds great to you, like we're almost finished here. Type in the chat. If this sounds great to you so far, you're like, hey, I could use up to $50,000 or more that I haven't been getting over the last several years. I'm definitely want to hear more information. So how does this work? So this is how it works. We're going to actually pay you, the mortgage company, we're going to pay you for each referral versus $0 from your current loan officer. It's 100% RESPA compliant, how we do it. I'm going to share with you how we do it. So look at this scenario on the screen. Imagine just a simple $375,000 purchase referral. You send one deal a month for 12 months. You're going to earn $22,500 a year. That's just a one $375,000 referral a month. And then what if you did two? $45,000 a year. What if you did three? $67,500 a year. There's brokers and team leaders on here who are closing thousands of deals, but they're not getting mortgage income for doing it. They're just saying, hey, I'm your partner. I appreciate you sending me business. If I get a deal as a loan company, I'll send it back to you. So how powerful would it be if you had a client who has, how about this, a heartbeat, and we could give them access, you and I, to over 220 of the top lenders all across the country, like thousands of loan programs. Chase and I like to talk about when we meet with real estate agents. We go, hey, if your client has a heartbeat, pretty much we have a loan program for them. So what does that allow you to do? That allows you to stop losing deals to high interest rates. Stop accepting poor service from underwriting and processing. Like, I don't want to hear a story. I want to get my deal closed as soon as possible. I don't want to close on the 30th day of the month because in this market, anything can happen that would maybe stop a deal from closing. So now you can start saying yes to your clients who are turned down by other lenders because you're going to be partnering with us. And then you can start saying yes to, in this market where we are in this metro area, there's tons of self-employed people like myself who make an incredible income, but just can't prove it because we have so many expenses and we write them off. So you're going to be able to start saying yes to clients with low credit scores. Like we just closed a VA transaction about 30 days ago that had a 535 credit score. And here's a myth, just to give you guys a tidbit. You know, sometimes when you talk to your clients and they say, well, I'm working on my credit. I can promise you, if you lined up 10 people and said, what credit score do you need to purchase a home? You're going to get 10 different answers. And for me, I've owned over 11 different mortgage companies, and I'll tell you this. There's very little difference in interest rate from somebody with a 620 credit score to an 850 credit score. It's just people think that there is, and they have no clue on what it takes to qualify to get a mortgage. So you're going to be able to start closing more deals and, most importantly, making more money. And then here's a close on time guarantee, or we actually pay your client $1,000 at closing. Like Chase and I talk about it all the time. We're like, why do these companies take 30, 45, or 60 days? Chase, chime in here, Chase, when we can get deals closed in 21 days or less. Like, why does that happen?
Yeah, that's just the industry norm and standard, Anthony. And something we do want to show you guys is, wait a second, why are we closing at the end of the month? Why are we writing 30, 45, 60-day contracts? I think everybody's buying and selling so they can get what they most want faster. And we absolutely want to focus on you guys getting paid faster, your client getting what they most want, and moving on to the next one in 10 to 15 days consistently.
Yeah, for sure. So this is how we help you guys get paid as real estate agents. We help you get your loan officer license. It's a 20-hour course that you could do online at home. And it's not like your real estate exam where you had to do 75 hours and then go somewhere and take a test. You literally are doing this at home. Most of the agents we've been working with, they do it in a weekend. And then they just take their licensing test right at home from their computer, like in their shorts and their pajamas. And then you can start to receive money on each closed purchase or refinance referral, purchases or refinances. And then what we do is the training is 100% online, 100% online. And this is just a company, you can use any company you want, but this is a company that we use to do all of our mortgage licensing requirements. And I want you to know, at the time when I checked before we got in this meeting, between the state of Georgia and what the pre-licensing course cost, it was around $521. So Chase and I said, well, how can we make this an offer to real estate agents to really help them that would be so good that they would be crazy to say no? I said, what about this, Chase? Why don't we give 100% of whatever they cost to get them a license? We give it back to them once they get licensed and send their first deal. So Chase and I said, that sounds like a great idea. So this says $521, but I want you to know right now, whatever amount that it costs you to get licensed as a loan officer, you're not going to do loans. Don't start thinking you're going to do more business. You're simply going to get licensed so we can legally pay you and be RESPA compliant 0.5% on every single deal that you close. So how is it going to work? You're going to go get your license. It's going to take you 20 hours. It may take you 1 or 2 weeks, depending on your schedule. You take the 20 hours right at home, you take the test, and when you send us your first deal, your first referral, we close it. I'm going to pay you back whatever you paid to get licensed. Just send me a receipt. And I'm also going to pay you 0.5% on that deal and every single deal to infinity. So it's 100% money back guarantee, zero risk for you to go ahead and get your license. So what I want to do is get you the money out of your loan officer's pocket. Stop hearing stories and take this stack of $100 bills and put it back in your bank account each and every month. So what does this also allow you to do? It allows you to expand your business. It allows you to expand your business. Now, not only are you just a real estate agent, you're now a licensed loan officer, and you'll be able to market yourself with these type of unique selling propositions. And Chase, like we talk and we teach agents all over the world, between here and Canada, thousands and thousands of agents, about a unique selling proposition. And Chase, kind of talk to them about this USP and how powerful it is that they'll be able to walk around and brag about these things to their clients.
Yeah, absolutely, Anthony. So I think something right now, as you guys know, is there's more real estate agents right now than there is probably deals to go around for you guys to achieve what you most want. So you really got to be able to stand out among the competition. And to do that, you need a strategic angle or an advantage of why they would choose you above any other option. So these are just a few of the benefits here. When you guys go to market and you're talking to buyers out there in the world, you can show them ways that's more valuable to go with you over any other real estate agent in the marketplace. And then you can now deliver on this as an agent, now allowing you to become in that top 1% where we want all of you guys to be here today.
Absolutely, absolutely. And to get in the top 1%, you just need to do $250,000 or more in gross commission income. You might be able to just earn that on mortgage referrals, right? We'll talk about that in a minute. So sometimes when I talk to agents, they say, well, Anthony, like, I love my current lender. Like, we have such a good partnership. We've been working together for years. And I go, that's amazing. That's awesome. I know you haven't got any dollar figures from that agent, but what if we could just meet with you, Chase and I, your mortgage professional, and we can show them how we can get them set up with us here at Nexa. They can earn more money, offer you and your clients more loan programs. And thirdly, this is a trifecta. They can pay you 0.5% on each referral. Like, you can just bring your loan officer over. We'll meet with them, show them all the benefits for a loan officer. And then they can just say, hey, let me continue to do business with this awesome real estate agent and keep our partnership going. It's just now what they're going to be able to do is pay you 0.5%. So just see at the bottom, if you want more information, like text yes and your name to that number. And so we got Robert Lucido coming up next, guys. Like, Chase is getting ready to ask him a bunch of powerful questions that you guys want to hear. And Robert Lucido, if you don't know him, you should Google him. He is the #1 Keller Williams Team Leader worldwide, not United States, worldwide, over $1 billion in sales. So go ahead, Chase. Let's take it away. Let's talk to Robert, and maybe he can shed some light on how powerful something like this might be for a real estate agent.
Absolutely. Robert, you here with us today?
Gotcha, loud and clear.
It's time to talk to a bunch of amazing real estate agents in the world and tell them what you're doing that's so special and how you're leveraging the mortgage component, similar to how we view today, to really position you guys being that top team in the United States and America, or the world for that matter.
Yeah, absolutely. At the end of the day, I think we need to keep it simple. I mean, there's a lot of noise going on, but there's really 3 ways you grow your business. 3 and only 3 ways. Number 1, you get more clients. Number 2, you get your clients to buy from you more times. Or number 3, you get them to pay you more each time they buy. And all the focus in this industry goes to number 1, which is kind of pushing a rock up a hill, especially when you have high interest rates, low inventory, and low transaction count. Number 2 gets moderate level of focus, but most agents are not very good at it because only 12% of clients use the same agent again. And so then that leaves number 3 to get paid more, and virtually no agents are really focused on this. So it's a huge opportunity for you. And so what we've done is taking control of the financing operation as a utility for our real estate side. And what I mean by that is, if you're a buyer's agent, the dirty little truth is it's all about the money. If they can't get pre-approved, if they can't get the mortgage, what's the probability that they're going to be able to buy the house and get you paid? Virtually 0. And so if you do what Anthony and Chase are talking about, you'll see a few things. First, you're going to make more money on each transaction. But number 2, you're going to realize that you're actually going to be able to get more buyers across the finish line, because you're going to have a bit more control over the financing side of things with the best partner in the industry to go down as low as a 500 FICO score. So you're going to have more clients getting across the finish line, and you're going to get paid more on each deal.
Hey, Robert, I see some baseball bats behind you. Can you share a little bit what that's about?
Before real estate, I played ball. I played for the Texas Rangers and the Toronto Blue Jays.
Nice, nice.
And the main thing that Anthony and we've got in front of you guys today is a way for you to get an immediate pay raise and also navigate what's going on with NAR and the MLS and how to get paid as a buyer's agent going forward. So how is that? I know you guys have a large organization, but you're pretty much putting drones of 20, 30 people every other week, it seems like, of all your agent sales force. You're putting them through training of how to become an elite VIP buyer's agent. And what are your overall takeaways? Are you seeing anything positive? Are they becoming better in the marketplace once you add the mortgage component to it?
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, it's a little unconventional. Higher the interest rates, In some respects, the greater the opportunity for you, because there's more spread for you to basically provide more value by lowering interest rates. When rates were at 3, how much lower can you really go? But unfortunately, with rates are higher, if you have a great partner, I mean, we just got someone, we lowered their interest rate by 3/4 of a point. On this purchase, it saved them $89,000 over the course of their mortgage. If you can help someone save 90 grand, 100 grand, 150 grand, would they be willing to pay $5,000 more to you now? Especially if you can finance that into the deal. And so we kind of have tunnel vision as agents, where we only see our world. But really, we're just one part of the transaction and will never be the most expensive part of it. The mortgage is. And so if you can basically provide more value by bringing a mortgage operation that will provide lower interest rates and better terms, you can command higher compensation with a real plan and system to get paid, whether it's from cash to close or financing into the deal or negotiating from the seller.
Love it. I love it. So Robert, this is all really good stuff. Obviously, you guys are operating in how many states right now?
18 in
So you're
Canada.
operating 18 states. You're doing thousands of transactions every month. I know Anthony mentioned a second ago, talking about that all the agents not only get paid more money, but they're also be able to really see what's going on with the loan. I know a lot of agents, they struggle with that, of like, they send it over to a mortgage affiliate. They have no clue what's going on. The transparency component, when they know immediately who's handling everything, they can jump in there and they can see lifetime updates. Are you guys seeing any strategic advantage with that as well?
Yeah, we run an inside sales team that serves all our teams across the country. So those are inside sales agents whose jobs generate business for our agents. And so previously we had a lender partner that was engaged with the ISA program. So we would send them over to get pre-approved. And what we kept noticing was basically we'd have good opportunities that would push over to the lender, whether directly or through the agent. And then they would just kind of disappear off into the ether, never get pre-approved. Oh, did I freeze? No, okay. And so all the work, the cost we invested, the time and resource we invested to convert that opportunity when we sent it over to the lender, it just kind of died out. And so there was tons of lost opportunity. So when we switched over, we saw a dramatic increase in our conversion rate. And I can give you guys a pro tip right now. When we actually sign a client to our VIP buyer agreement, the last term that they're going to consent to is to get pre-approved within 72 hours and to see homes within 72 hours. So it creates a real sense of urgency that they're going to sign on a real contract with you. So if you can get them mobilized and taking massive action within the first 72 hours, you're going to have a much higher probability of getting that client closed and capturing both the real estate and the mortgage.
That's a great point. I think a lot of agents struggle with that as well, Robert, is they've got a lot of buyers they're working with now, but there's a lot of delay in the days in market and the sales cycle is just way, way, way too long. So what you hit on right there is critical, is you put a buyer agreement in front of a buyer. They sign the buyer agreement, so you know you're going to get paid. Now that you know you guys are going to get paid, within 3 days of them actually signing that agreement, they're pre-approved and they're viewing homes. And then what happens when you're able to get them pre-approved and they're viewing homes, and then 3 days of signing that agreement, they magically go under contract and they close in the next 30 to 45 days. I think everybody here is tired of working with buyers, having no clue if they get paid, and then also going months or heck, even maybe a year of hoping they find a home or they call them to go look at homes. I just changed the entire model all around right there.
Yeah, first, when you get them pre-approved, you're going to have a realistic understanding of what their actual price range is. So you're going to have them seeing houses that they can actually afford, which is going to be a better use of everyone's time. So that's a big plus there. Secondly, when you do get them pre-approved, a big selling point is the fact that we can close much more quickly than virtually all lenders. And so what we're noticing very abundantly right now is people who need a mortgage, it's even more of a reason for them to work with our mortgage company, because we can have them compete with cash offers with a 14-day close. We just had an agent hand us a contract to close in 13 days because they knew we could perform. They outcompeted strict cash offers because with the financing, we were able to close that quickly. We cleared to close that in 5 days. So there's a second advantage right there. And if you have any clients who are basically not able to go cash, but need to compete with cash offers, it makes your mortgage operation partnership even more of a selling point for them. So again, getting them pre-approved in that first 72 hours is extremely important. Another factor is that most clients are going to shape their impression of you and your services within that first 48 hours. And so if you get them to sign an agreement and then you're just so happy that they chose to sign with you, and then you just say, hey, we'll see you around, and you let 48 hours go by, you just squandered a huge opportunity. So whenever you sign a buyer agency agreement, you almost have to think about it like a basketball shot clock going off. And you have 48 hours, and it's just going to tick down. You have 48 hours to deliver the first element of value to them if you want to have a good client-agent relationship, if you want to get 5-star reviews.
So Robert, we keep talking about the mortgage company. Now, some of the real estate agents here may be thinking like, okay, well, I have no clue. Do I have to set up a mortgage company? Like, how can I be in the mortgage? Like, what's this whole process like? So can you kind of explain how soon they could be up and running after they got licensed and start offering mortgage products to their clients to do all the things that you just talked about?
Yeah, for our operation, Anthony, we basically did all the heavy lifting. So our agents simply just do exactly what you and Chase have suggested they do. So you go ahead and just get your license. And then what's nice about this is the role that you would be serving essentially for the mortgage company has roles and responsibilities that perfectly align with what you're already doing. So it's fully RESPA compliant, and you're able to get paid on these things, and you don't have to do anything additional. So literally just go get licensed, which will probably take you 2 to 4 weeks to do the whole process. And then you just get checks to your bank account, which is always a nice thing, right?
Absolutely. So I like people to walk away with some information and some steps. So if NAR is saying that 0% to a buyer's agent is acceptable, how would you suggest a buyer's agent get their commission? Well, there's multiple ways to do it, like we've been doing it for decades for agents, but I'd like to hear from you.
Sure. Well, a little history lesson. So buyer agency really wasn't a thing until the late 80s, early 90s. Basically, a study came out from the government that found that 72% of consumers thought listing sub-agents were actually buyer agents, and they weren't. So it's a huge problem with people buying homes thinking they were represented. In reality, their agent was negotiating against their interests. And so that's how buyer agency came about. But there was never an adjustment in how now buyer agents or sub-agents were compensated. So that's how we got to the dynamic where buyer agents were being paid proactively by the seller. And I think this created an unfortunate scenario where on the listing side, we had a skill-based market. And on the buyer side, it was a service-based market. Now it's skill on both sides. And so when a listing, many of our listings, by the way, we defer totally to the seller. The seller chooses what they want to pay if they offer a cooperating agent commission. Most of ours are 0 to 1%. Now, if we have a 0% co-op, that does not mean the buyer agent does not get paid. It means you get paid what you are worth and what you can negotiate. So it's a huge blessing in disguise. In Florida, for example, last year, 98% of buyer cooperating commissions were 3%, which may sound nice to you right now because there's blood on the streets. But what that really means is sellers were saying all buyer agents in the state are the equal. No one's better than the other. They were putting no value on the additional effort, the additional client service, the additional steps, services, whatever you offer than any other agent that just got licensed and puts in 0 effort. And so now it's an opportunity for those agents that aren't going to put in the effort, will make less. And the agents that do put in the higher level of service, you have an opportunity to make a lot more. So whatever you have in your buyer agency agreement, that's the compensation you are due. And then there's basically 3 different ways, primary ways for you to get that compensation. So if you're a little nervous about the changes going on, I encourage you to embrace it and basically say, this is a great opportunity for me to go out and get what I'm worth, while other people are basically going to drop out of the industry.
So, hey guys, good information there. And as you see on the screen, take out your phones. Take out your phones. What we try to do is bring so much value, Chase and I, to real estate agents. And this is just an opportunity you have to get back. So just scan this QR code and go ahead and give us a 5-star review for bringing information to you as well to help you grow your real estate business. Like this is 3 options that you have getting ready to come up. I'm going to share with you 3 options. I like to keep this simple. So just I don't want you to leave here with any misinformation. You would get your license 20 hours. You would work with us. You would get a link to application link just to send your clients. They would fill out the application link. We're going to link you as a real estate agent with a loan officer on our team. Those applications come into our system. They are assigned to you in our system. Like it'll say whatever your name is and whatever your loan officer's name is that we assign you to. You'll be able to log in and have access to these deals. And only thing we need from you is help us get some of the documents from your clients. And if you're a top-notch real estate agent, I'm sure you would be doing that as well. And that's it, if that's as far as you want to go. And then there's a group of you guys that says, well, Anthony, like, okay, well, I'd actually like to do some loans. Like, you know, how much money could I make? Like, that's a whole nother conversation that we can have one-on-one. And like it says here, if you want more, go ahead and text your name to this number. So you got 3 options here, guys. And I know Chase and I wanted to bring this to you guys because, you know, we've been doing this with real estate agents for a long time. And this isn't anything new for us. But when we started talking to real estate agents over the last couple of years, doing conferences and talking to thousands of agents a year, we're like, they need some help. Like most mortgage companies, the farthest help they can give you is this. They contribute to your marketing campaign. But that forces you to come up with money on a monthly basis as well to be RESPA compliant. For a mortgage company to help you with your marketing campaign, they got to pay 50% and you have to pay 50%. And that could be pricey because some real estate agents might say, I don't have $1,500 a month to start doing a marketing campaign. So we say, well, what if we offered them this where they could just get a license in a weekend or and be finished in 2 to 4 weeks? Then we could start just paying them. They don't need any money at all. And they can start getting checks every single month that for some people would far exceed what they make on the real estate side. I don't know if you guys, I'm a financial person. If Robert's doing $1 billion in annual sales, we can add up what a 0.5 percentage point is on $1 billion, and he's doing over $1 billion. That's over $5 million a year in additional income that before he partnered with us, he was not getting, and now he is getting by just getting a 20-hour license. So you have 3 options. You could do nothing and miss $50,000 or more a year. That's up to you. 2, you could become a licensed mortgage loan officer, start earning money on each referral up to $50,000 or more a year. You get paid every time you close. You don't have to wait. As soon as you close, you get paid within 72 hours on the mortgage side. Takes a couple of weeks. And you could maybe build a business similar to Robert, like build a business, follow the people who already have the blueprint. Like this is what top agents across the country are doing. And a lot of times when I go speak to real estate agents, like, yeah, I want to make 6 figures. I want to be in the top 1%. So we just brought a gentleman on that's doing $1 billion in annual sales. Like his team's just not struggling as far as getting business in. Now they have another revenue stream. So if you want to be successful, find somebody that has the results that you want and just copy what they do. That's how you become successful, right? You guys see my book behind me. I wrote a book called Skillionaire to Millionaire. It went #1 bestseller last year. And I'll talk about that in the book about just follow the blueprint. You don't have to figure anything out. So get out of your head because when you're in your head, you're dead, right? So if you want more information, take a picture of this screen right now. Take your phone out, take a picture of this screen, and just text your name, yes, with your name to that number. And then what we'll do is just reach out, have a conversation with you, see if it's a good fit for you or not. Chase, any closing words so we can wrap this up and let these fine people get back to work?
Yeah, absolutely. My only encouragement, guys, if you're not happy in your current circumstance, lean in. People have solutions to your problems and they want to help you. just allow them to give you a hand up and allow you to keep your business growing.
You guys, hey, have a great day. Take a picture of the screen. And most importantly, as Chase and I like to say, go serve big.